In this video tutorial, I'm going to show you how to install brynux. Now, you do realize that if you do this, it's going to wipe everything on your computer. So make sure to back up all your files, because the way I'm going to show you how to do this will wipe everything. The first thing you do is click Install to Hard Drive. Now, it does take a while for this to actually process. If you wanted to do it later, you'd go Activities, and then down and click on that, Install to Hard Drive, but we're not going to do that because we're waiting for the program to boot up. Here it comes, slowly but surely. By default, it's set for New Zealand, so we just click OK. I know it looks a bit funny in this screen because I'm running in a virtual machine, so I'm going to move things around a bit. There we go. If you want to know what a virtual machine is, go and watch the VirtualBox tutorial. Now, the only thing that needs changing is the installation destination, so let's click on that. So it's choosing your default hard drive. Now watch what happens when I click Done. It goes, well, there's already something on there, so we're going to reclaim the space. Now, this is normally where your Windows or your Linux is installed. I'm going to go delete all. Remember, this has just wiped everything. Now I'm going to reclaim the space for brynux, and it's thinking about it. That's good, we're ready to go. Click Begin Installation. Now, while the installation is happening, it'll take about probably 10-15 minutes. Let's put in some passwords. The root user is the user that's allowed to install programs and has full access to your system, so they need a good password. Make sure you remember it, because trying to get into it afterwards is really hard unless you know what you're doing. So actually physically write it down and store it somewhere, like at your mum's house, that nobody else knows. So I'm going to put in mine. Again, I just want to reiterate this. This is a really important password that you have to remember. Then click Done. And now we'll create a new user, which will be your name. I'll just put mine in. Oops, can't spell my own name. When it comes to my username, I just choose a really generic username, but you don't have to change that if you don't want to. And again, use a decent password. Now, when I say decent password, you know, the most common passwords are things like God and stuff like that. It should be alphanumeric. It should be really hard to guess. So what I do, because I change passwords all the time and I've got a password manager, but the easy way to remember passwords is think of something really cultural and then make it alphanumeric. Like one of my old passwords used to be 08TATATATO which is Māori for o e ta tu ta tu e. Now you can remember that easily, but it's really hard for a hacker to try and guess. So we've got that. It's going to take a little bit of a while for it to install. I'll cut the video at this point and come back. Okay, excellent. It's just finished. So you click quit. And now you're back into your live brynux installation. If you were doing Windows, of course, it would finish. But now you want to shut it down. So that's shutting down at the moment, and I'll boot it up again, and I'll show you what it looks like now that you've got your new system installed. So in VirtualBox, you click Start. Again, if it was Windows, it would automatically just start up. Don't worry about these messages. So just imagine that this is your computer booting up. Again, it won't have this blue line thing at the bottom. It'll have the brynux logo. Okay, before we start up your computer, actually ignore this. So then you boot up your computer. It'll come up with something like that. I know it looks a bit funny in here because I'm running in a virtual machine. You won't see this blue line, you'll see the brynux logo. So once you've rebooted your machine, you should see this, the user account you created. Just click on that, then log in with the password that you put in. So now, when you first boot up your system, it's running off the hard drive. Remember, it's now 10 times faster than it is on the brynux stick because it's running off your hard drive. Just click Next, 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 and then start using brynux. And now you've got brynux installed to your machine, and it is super fast. So that's how you install brynux onto your hard drive.